So I still hear a little bit of that vibration in that singing bowl. We've come to our third video, and hopefully you've noticed mindfulness of sound. Notice sounds in your environment. Maybe you've noticed your breath. Maybe you're just now taking the time to do that again. Hopefully, when we rang the bowl this time, you started to get right into your mindful body. Feet flat on the floor, knees over the ankles, and the spine sitting up straight. Maybe you've already closed your eyes and your shoulders are down. And you're really into that balloon belly breath. Today we're going to talk a little bit about an anchor breath, using the breath, your breath, as an anchor. So what is an anchor? If you've said an anchor is something that holds a boat, you're right. Our breath holds us. So if we find ourselves getting agitated or having some kind of negative type of emotion, maybe we anchor on to our breath. So let's just take a moment, close our eyes or gaze at the floor, and just come into our breath as an anchor. And we might notice when we have thoughts. If a thought comes into our head, maybe we just raise our hand or just tap our fingers. But we always come back to using our breath as an anchor. You know that our mind is always working. Our mind is always thinking. But sometimes we just need to come back and calm down with our breath. So as we notice our breath moving in and out, and we notice our thoughts that are floating through our minds, we come back to that breath as an anchor. We notice the breathing in and breathing out. And we might even say to ourselves, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. So with each breath in, we just repeat in our minds that we're breathing in, and we're breathing out when we breathe out. So that's using breath as an anchor. That's the third thing that we can do for mindfulness. Mindful sound, mindful bodies, and mindful breath as an anchor to bring ourselves back into feeling calm. So our movement today is moving into something called a cat and cow. So oftentimes we see cat and cow on the floor, but we can do it right from our chairs. We can hold on to our legs and arch our backs, moving the belly in and sinking the chin forward. So we're rounding through the back like an angry cat. And we might notice that we can't get a really deep breath here. We're sinking in. But we lift up and pull the shoulders back and press the chest forward, the belly forward, the chin comes up as we bring those shoulders down the back. And we're moving in cat and cow. So on our exhales, when the breath is coming out, we're going to pull that belly in, and we release all that air. And we can open up big with breath here, making that balloon a little bigger. Cat to cow, seated. And if we move with our breath, We're being mindful of breath and movement. And then we've got kind of a fun one here. We'll lift our leg up and we'll bring that ankle over. And this is called seated pigeon. So if we sit forward, we're going to stretch right into the rear. Then we inhale up, and we'll try that other side. Finding those deep breaths in our movement. And the last thing that I want to do today is scan through the body. So you just take a mental image of your body and notice where your hands are. Even if your eyes are closed, how do you know where your hands are located? And what about your feet? And your knees? And your rear? How about your shoulders and your head? Knowing where you are in space. Knowing that you're sitting on your chair. And how do you know? So let's take one more big deep breath in. And maybe push it out through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle. And we'll see you next time.